Good morning, everybody. Today I'm doing the G10 FX Cloud Chart market review for the 16th of August 2017. There's the usual disclaimer. So these are the currency pairs we'll be covering, the G10 main currency pairs from an Ichimoku Cloud Chart perspective. So I'm going to jump straight into the MetaStock platform this time. And we're going to look at the Cloud Chart, Ichimoku Cloud Chart buy and sell signals of each respective currency pair. Now we'll start off with the Euro-US dollar. We can see we've had a nice little rally in the US dollar. It's now fighting all resistance levels here. If we look at the weekly chart, we can see where these levels are coming from. We have these old highs here, which is a key resistance zone, as well as these cloud chart levels here, over there, and then the other cloud chart levels over there. So we see we're kind of in a slightly in a potential consolidation zone for the for the currency to consolidate in and around these levels, and then it's either going to turn down further and test the support here at 1.15. If the resistance are holding here on a weekly chart. Outlook is still bullish on the weekly chart, so just keep that in mind. If we go to the daily, we still have a very bullish outlook here from an Ichimoku Cloud Chart perspective. Price actions above the cloud. From a short-term perspective, we'll be looking at if support's going to come in here at the 1.1640 zone, the bottom end cloud pivot here. So that's the next key support zone to watch. But so far, short-term weakness, and then looking at what's going to happen if support's going to come in here at the 1.16. Watching very closely to see if we'll see a sell signal here, but I expect some form of consolidation in and around this zone. Okay. Next one is sterling. We've had a sell signal on sterling. Outlook's now turning to be bearish. Range bound very much so. We could see these resistance levels here, old highs here. This is a major resistance levels here at 1.31 and 1.32. So it's somewhat consolidating after a recent rally. With the outlook now short-term bearish outlook, as we've seen the sell signal there. You can see these cloud chart levels here at 1.32 is a major resistance zone. Turning back to the daily, we just zoom in. You can see the next level of support here. This is the bottom in the cloud here at 1.2806. So watch very close to see if support's going to come in around that level. But we've had a sell signal now, so the downside risk is back down all the way to this low here of 126. So watching out very closely. But we've had a sell signal on sterling, short-term weakness. Expect some short-term weakness. The US dollar Japanese yen rebounded from multi-month lows, key support zones, very difficult, rebounded from these areas, and the upside risk is now the top end here, the top end cloud pivot, bottom in the cloud line here. That's the next resistance zone. We've had a sell signal, so it was a nice short up until this support rebound here at the bottom end of the old support levels. And now we're looking at for resistance to come in and around this 111.62 might be the next key resistance zone, which corresponds well with these lows here and these highs there. That can be the next key resistance zone. Overall, bearish the outlook remain bearish, and we need to see that signal to come through for alongside. So there's a short-term retracement relief rally here, and then we'll be looking at another short position when it gets to these key resistance areas. Okay. Next one, US dollar Norwegian Kroner. Desperately fighting for support here. Outlook remain bearish. We had a nice sell signal here a couple of weeks ago. If we now look at the weekly chart just to see where the next key level of support is, we can see we're pretty much close to that now. This low here. This low here of April, May last year. That one there of June, actually May. 5th month is American dates on here. So that's now fighting for support here. We can also see significant support here based on the cloud pivot line. This cloud pivot line over here. So it's 7.8533 key support zone. Outlook still bearish, so we could see short-term retracement back up to the bottom end of the cloud resistance levels here. So is that short-term counter trend trade possibility? But on a daily chart, we can see clearly that we are finding support here at old levels, and the upside potential is back up to the bottom end of these old weekly chart resistance levels. But watching very closely to see if we see a buy signal here, but for those short-term traders, there is a swing trade, potential swing trade to the upside here, but do remember that the outlook is still bearish on the Norwegian Kroner. New Zealand dollar, after a nice strong rally, it's now finally topped out at old high resistance areas. We're now looking for the short-term support level to be tested here at 72.00. We've had a sell signal, so the outlook's now starting to change to bearish, and we could see a bit of a retracement, just 50% retracement of this move back down to this level here, to see if support's going to come in and around those levels. But so far, watching very closely, it did top out. The signal slightly late, but still we have a the 4-hour chart also got you into this short position a couple of days ago. So that trade's working out nicely. Yeah, Swedish Kroner, nice sell signal buy, a bit of whiplash here, as turning points always notoriously difficult in the market. Overall outlook remain bearish. We'll see where we can find support in this market here, and we're going to draw. This is a major cloud pivot. That is now a new major resistance zone, and these lows here are the next key support zones. So watching out very closely to see if support's going to come in and around these levels. So we're very close to support, so watch out for a consolidation in and around the 800, 8.00, 7.99 zone. Okay. But from a daily perspective, still trending lower, bearish outlook, and we could see another leg down on this one to those weekly chart support levels. Okay. Australian dollar had a nice little strong rally, then topped out at key resistance areas. If we look at the weekly chart, we'll see where that topping zone came from, that high there, which corresponds well with a cloud resistance level there, an old high. So we had a nice little rebound from cloud support here, cloud pivot line, and then up, strong little rally there. Now some profit taking came into play as we were close to significant resistance levels. Now it's a question to see whether these old highs here is going to act as support. So this correction can last up until about 77.35, and looking for support to come in here at 30.76. So watching very closely for those levels to see if support's going to come in. So downside risk in this consolidation, as is now also looking for support here at the bottom cloud pivot line here. So it's critical to see if support's going to come in here, potential rebound, or it's going to drop further. If we drill down to the 4-hourly chart, we can see a bit of a flash buy and sell here, so it's struggling to get to a turning point here. So watching it very closely to see if we'll get a, if this is a short position here from a 4-hourly chart basis. There could be a short position here, and then you cover the short position here at 78.116. So the outlook on a 4-hourly chart is bearish as well. But daily bullish, fighting for support, so watching very closely to see if it will rebound from these old levels, old support levels. CAD, nice little sell signal in end of May, nice little drop there. Now it's fighting for support here at the old lows here, rebounded from old lows here. So you can see it's at a critical support area. Outlook on a weekly remain bearish, but the daily, we expect it to change. If the signal line crosses, then we'll get the buy signal, yeah. So watching very closely, see if we'll get that buy signal. So we've got this retracement. It's going to come back, a retest, probably rebound off the 126.52 zone, and then that signal to come through on the daily chart. CAD US dollar weekly. Buy, sell, bit of a flash as there's slightly indecisiveness. We've had a buy signal here on a 4-hourly chart. We'll see our target there would be the old highs at 127.33 as the next key resistance area. Swiss franc had a buy signal here after finding support. Let's go see where that support comes from. Quite old lows, yeah. So it's range bound, yeah, with the old lows, yeah. Key support area now is going to grind higher, and watch out for the top end resistance zone, yeah, to see if where this rally is going to kind of run into trouble, yeah. Watch out very closely for the 98.11 zone to see if the resistance is going to come in. So short-term rally up until that point, with the bottom end of the cloud pivot line here as key support. Danish Kroner been in free fall since end of April. Nice little short position, worked out well there. Let's go and see where these support levels are on a weekly chart. So it is very close to, it's fighting desperately for support here at these levels. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so that's significant support zone. And if we go back to the daily, it's slightly trying to regain support above the level there. The cloud pivot line there, the orange or red line there, is a major resistance zone. And we'll see this rally probably run into some form of trouble in and around these levels. Outlook remain bearish, so wouldn't get too aggressive on this one. If we look at the hourly, 4-hourly chart, lots of whiplash, back and forth, very choppy. So this is a very choppiness in this turning, finding support zone on a daily chart, so very difficult to call this one, other than the outlook remain bearish, but we are going to see how it's going to react when it gets to the 6.39 zone. Could be a major resistance zone, and it could drift back down again. And back to the euro, and I'll leave you with the 4-hourly chart on the euro to see where we are. Bit of a whiplash back and forth, so we are looking like we're struggling in this consolidation period up there, but there is downside risk back down to 116 level on the euro. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if support's going to come back in here at the top end of the cloud, yeah. All right, at 164.74. Okay, until next time, happy trading.